When students begin to measure with rulers, they will tend to use rulers that start off with just whole inches and then increasingly move to rulers that have more and more benchmark in between the inches. So we're going to practice seeing what this looks like on a number line. On this first number line, you see where it starts at 0 and ends at 1, and then the mark halfway in the middle would be 1/2. So we can write that in as 1/2. Now, as you can see, whenever we have half, that means that there are 2 equal parts. 1, 2 equal parts. On this next ruler here, or this next number line, we see that there are 1, 2, 3 tick marks in between the 0 and the 1. Now, oftentimes kids will do that. They'll just count 1, 2, 3 and then be done. And they forget to realize that we're not actually worried about the tick marks. We're more worried about how many equal spaces there are in between. And because we see that there are 4 equal spaces, that means each of these tick marks would be equal to 1/4. So this would be 1/4, and then this would be 2/4, and then 3/4, and then 1/2 would be 4 out of 4 pieces, so 4/4. And that means that there are 4 equal parts here. Same thing on this one. So once again, as students increase their knowledge about fractional pieces, they'll begin to use rulers with more benchmarks. So in this one, once again, we don't just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and say, well, this must be in sevenths, because that's not what we're looking at here. We are looking at the space in between. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal spaces in between, which means each of these tick marks is equal to 1/8. Now, if we go and kind of compare this where halfway is, we can still see that this is equal to 1/2. 1/2, when we're talking about our eighths, is also equal to 4/8. Just put that right underneath. So we can go through and we can label that this is 2/8, which is also equal to 1/4. 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 1/2 is 8/8. Now, oftentimes, the rulers that you will have, that you bought for the class, will be in 16ths, or it will be in 32nds. So this one, as you can see, if we just compare it to the one over here, we can see where our eighths are, but we can see that it's divided once more into 2 equal parts. So our eighths, this space here, which is the same as this space here, is now divided into 2 equal parts. If you think about that, that means that 8 equal spaces divided into 2 more equal parts would give us 16 equal spaces. And we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are 16 equal parts on this ruler, which means each one of these tick marks is equal to 1/16.